Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and this is a live stream. So if I am distracted or answering questions from the chat, that is just going to be par for the course. We're going to be playing Tarkov. It is a 4th of July, the day that I am streaming here. So we have a little bit of a special challenge. We are going to only be using American designs for the weapons that we use. So that only gives us a list of 4 weapons we can use. They don't have anything longer list than that. I really want them to bring 1911s to the game if they ever do get around to that. I'd be really happy for that. But the 4 guns that we can use, I already have all of them, I believe. No, I don't have a Remington 700. So there's a Remington 700. There's a Remington 870. There is the AR-15 platform of rifles. And then there's the M1A in the game. So we are going to start, and I had just had this in my, there we go, move that over. We're going to start with an 8R. I have some trades where I can pick up another couple of these, so we can keep this going for the entirety of the stream, which is good because we're going to go the full 4 hours of nothing but Tarkov. For those of you on YouTube, I'll break that up into two-hour chunks. Yeah, so we've got 8Rs, we've got M4s. I do have an M1A in my inventory. I've got at least a couple 870s, maybe 3, I think, in total. Could be wrong on that. I think I already used one of my 870s. I have one there, and I think I have another 2 around and about. There's one, and there's the other one. So I have 3 870s. I don't have any 700s, but I may be able to buy that. And then, yet again, I do have a M1A as well, so we can run with that. And I may be able to buy those as well. Now, the challenge that I'm going to be setting myself to do as far as quests go is I have a quest to, let's take a look at it real quick. So this is the Peacekeeper line of quests. I'm continuing to try and get him so I can unlock him because I have most of the things that I need to get him to level 4. I'm at the proper level. I need to spend a little bit more money, but I'm not far off from that. And by doing this quest and focusing on American weapons, we will be fine with that. That shouldn't take too long. But the big thing is I need reputation, so I need to do at least a couple more quests from him. So the one I'm working on right now, I haven't really done a lot to progress it. I did manage to pick up a couple of these MREs, so we need 5 MREs in total. I've already gotten 2 of those. So that's moving along, and that's not really going to be something we focus on. If we find one, great. If not, it's not a big deal. We have to mark 2 UN trucks, and we have to kill 10 scavs, and the important part is we have to be wearing UN gear when we do it. So we have to wear body armor and a helmet, which I do already have set up. I can buy these from Peacekeeper, so that isn't too hard to set up, but we've got the helmet and the armor. Nice bright blue, so everybody's going to see us coming. We have the 8R. I did put on a ACOG scope on it. I haven't really gotten a chance to use this, and I wanted to go through and take a look at some of the scopes that are available in the game and try them out and see what I think of them, because I would like to get using them. I do have the beacon or markers that I need to put on the vehicles, so we're more or less ready to go. I have a little bit of extra ammo in case we need it. All right, so let's get escaping here. This needs to happen on Shoreline. The MREs, it doesn't matter, but the other parts of the quest are all Shoreline. So let's do some daytime. I have everything insured that I want to have insured. I did insure the ACOG, but the rifle, I can get more of these. So it is what it is. Oh, I do want to take a look at this. Does it let me do that here? No, it doesn't. I wanted to show you guys that this thing has 100 durability. Let me do that real quick, because this is something that you kind of have to understand about the 8R. So I just traded for one of these. Note that it has 100 durability. We'll check that once we get out of the fight and see what it says after that. But anyway, let's go ahead and escape here. This is something that I figured out here. Kind of interesting. All right, so we have everything insured. We have our medicals. We're good there. We've got the markers. We're good there. So we should be fine to do this raid. I would like to try the M1A. So depending on how this goes, if we die early on, I can roll a couple more 8Rs, but I might want to roll an M1A, see how it goes. I would like to see where my luck is as well. I don't mind selling the 8R either, because I can replace them fairly easily. And the 8R is a good rifle, but at this point, I think I can do better than that. But we are kind of like put at a certain point with this quest where we don't want to have necessarily the best gear we can carry because the armor is very much set that we have to wear. And this is level 3 armor. It's not bad, but it's also not the best out there. Level 6 is as high as it goes. Level 1 is as low as it goes. So it's like right in the middle there, kind of. I would like to try out the M18 though, because I haven't really had a lot of time behind 308. Weapons that fire 308. And that should be a good man stopper. It's got good penetration values and good damage values. If you get somebody in the chest, and that's a one-shot drop. So that's the one problem I've seen with the AR platform, is it's the same kind of thing you have with the AK-74. Unless you get somebody in the head, it's not a one-shot drop. You got to really pump rounds into somebody. And I tend to be a center mass shooter. I do get headshots from time to time, and the ACOG should help with that. But I tend to be a center mass shooter, so I'm going to really have to pump rounds into guys to drop them. Whereas the M1A is going to be a lot better at that. The downside of the M1A is, ergonomically speaking, it is terrible, so it really drains you of stamina. So we'll see how that goes. I do have a kitted out M1A, but I might want to see what the default M1A is like. We'll probably try it with the default sights, but a lot of it just depends on how our run's going. Another thing that I kind of want to do is I'm at level 29. I want to get to level 30 because I'll level up a couple different traders at that point. And we're really not far from doing that. So by doing the quests that we're setting out to do, we should level up easily enough. As long as we can do the quest, of course. But even then, I think we'll be all right. We're having to wait a long time here. Maybe not a lot of players playing right now. It is a little early in the day, and it is a holiday after all, so maybe nobody's playing Tarkov at the moment. I usually do US servers. I could open that up to other places, but obviously my ping would be worse. But it'd probably be more active in Europe, for example. Yeah, this is a long wait. Usually you get spawned in at about 3 minutes, even if there isn't a lot of players. So maybe kind of quiet, but I must point out that I cannot be complacent, because I already tried to do this run once, and it was a similar thing where it was kind of not an active time, so I was like, oh, I'm not going to run into very many players. And I ran smack into a player, and I just wasn't prepared to see them, and they got the drop on me more or less and killed me. So I really didn't get anything done. Did a little bit of looting, but when you die, you don't take it home, so... Okay, we are in the swamp here. May try and get to spin tires if I can, and then just get out. And I bet you the guy that ran into me spawned here, because I spawned in the village, and then I tried to go north, and he was trying to go south, and we ran into each other. Okay, that's worth picking up. Then we've got a Saiga 9. You know what, I'm just going to fold that up and put it in my pocket, in my bag. We'll move it back over if we have better loot. But we're going to start moving. So, we have 2 trucks to get. One is at the resort, which is going to be very difficult for me to get to. The other one is clear on the other side of the map. So I'm not sure what my strategy is going to be just yet on how I'm going to like go at this. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the north. I'm going to be doing some scav hunting. Because there's that sniper scav we may be able to hit. If he's there, of course. So we go with that. We wrap around. Maybe we hit the truck. I don't want to go to the resort this early. Maybe wait a bit before we go to the resort. So this might be a time with the spawn that we got that we're going to be out on the map a little while. Scavs can spawn here, so it's a little risky what I'm doing, but enough time has passed. Okay. Nice to see you, Ursi. Nothing there. So Ursi, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but we're doing a special little task today where we are only using American weapons to dispense freedom to Tarkov. So that's AR platform rifles. We've got the M1A. We've got the Remington 870, which is a shotgun, and the Remington 700, which is a bolt action a rifle. Those are the 4 weapons we can use that are currently in the game. Sounded like a grenade off either at the power station or the resort, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to go to the resort this early. I do have to be careful. Any players in the north may be coming this way, so... Ah, okay. Gotcha, RC. Yeah, my chat's a little cut off. I may have to move it a little bit. I missed the end of, like, what your sentence was. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but... You can get American grenades. Yes, you can. So, in theory, if we had grenades... I don't have any grenades on me, but yeah, you can get American grenades. They're actually... I need them for a quest, though, so I'll probably turn them in rather than use them. But if I get grenades that are not American, I can't use them by the stipulations of this challenge. My nose is really itchy right now. I don't know if you have this phenomenon, but I have this sometimes when I'm playing certain games. It happens to me the most when I'm playing like racing games or something like that, where you have to be like very precise. But like I get itchy. I don't know if it's like nerves or what. I'm not seeing anything at the sniper scav spawn. Sniper can spawn up there. I don't see anything though. Okay. That's a bummer, because that would have been a nice scab kill, a nice easy scab kill for us. So the scope I have, I don't have like a backup sight, so we're going to have to go with it, but it's not a super high power magnification. It's 3.5 times. And having practice with this scope a little bit, I think it's usable, even at closer ranges. Because it doesn't take a long time to bring it up, and it doesn't block too much of your peripheral vision. But this is going to be our test of it in like actual live fire here. Okay, no scavs at the bunker either. It's kind of a quiet start. I do have to be careful because players may be coming here to cross the river, like I'm doing. Because there's only 3 points you can cross the river, really. In theory, I guess you could cross it at the resort location. But the power station, the gas station, and that bunker that I just crossed, those are your main ways to get across the river, and that river is going to divide the map in half. So if you don't go to either of those 3 locations, you're not getting across the river, which makes the crossing points dangerous for sure. Also, the bunker area can be an extract. I didn't check to see if the smoke was there, but... Okay. We will want to do some looting and maybe get some beverages, because we will probably be in the raid for a while. But that's good. We may run into some player scavs if we're in here too long. But hey, they're scavs, so it counts if I kill them. That works for me. Okay. So there are going to be places I want to check along the way for loot and what have you. But for now, we're just going to take it easy. Just keep our eyes peeled for players coming this way. Sounds like the action's going on at the resort right now, though. Not where we're going. But we do eventually need to get to the resort to do this quest. I don't think we're going to necessarily have to do that on this run. But eventually one of our runs we're going to have to go there. And I want to get these beacons out of my inventory. One way or the other. Checking the rocks in case there's like snipers or something. I don't think there's going to be sniper scavs, but some of the rocks you can jump up on. It's more of a thing on the woods, but people really like to jump up on rocks on woods and snipe down at people. That's one of the things that can be frustrating about the woods. Like, I have a quest where I have to kill scavs with a shotgun. And it's kind of frustrating because when you go to the woods, every player on the map is just looking to snipe. So, because it's kind of it's a map that tends towards long range. And where the scavs are is where all the snipers are going to be camping, right? So, yeah, it can get frustrating because you have to get in close to use a shotgun. I might do like a meme shotgun where I set it up to be like a sniper shotgun. Just to try and see if that's even something you can do. Maybe like load it up with slugs and see what kind of accuracy we can get at long range. Give it a really long barrel or something and just see what we can do with it. But I don't know how viable that's going to be, but I'd like to do it just for the joke of it. But that's not in the realm of today. Unless we do that with the 870. I don't know. There's not as many customization options as I think with lengths of barrels, though, with the 870. So I think that'd be something more for the 153, perhaps, or the 133. What makes it easy with the 153 is the stock version you buy, I think, already comes with the longest barrel, so that'd be easy for me to set up. Then we just put a scope on it or something. Okay, that looks clear. So that might be a test for another time. Okay, there can be good loot here. Unfortunately, not going to be any beverages, but we're kind of getting crappy loot here today. I guess that's worth taking, but the other stuff is kind of junk. This mount, I think you can attach the ACOG that we have here. That's worth taking too. You know, we don't want that in our rig. Got some ammo here. We'll leave that. I think that's just Makarov ammo. Not really too interested in that right now. Yeah, but I definitely am concerned about our hydration for this map because we're going to be on it so long. Maybe we'll get some opportunities to loot. I don't want to go to the weather station because that's like adding a factor of danger in that we could go there later, but maybe not right away. Because there could be scavs there. And there could be drinks there, so maybe we'll do the truck and then go to the weather station, if we live that long. I do want to check the extract in this area, because there could be scavs there. I haven't seen scavs there in a long time, though, so I'm not sure how reliable that is as far as a source of killing scavs. So there's the weather station over there. But yeah. It's going to take a while to go the route I want to go. We kind of had a spawn way where we didn't want to spawn in. Like, I would have preferred to spawn in on the east side of the map rather than the west side of the map. Because getting where we need to go is not particularly safe. The faster way to go would have been go down the road, go south, go down the road to the gas station, cross the gas station, and go from there. But that's the most dangerous path because that's all every player that wants to go that way is going to go that way. Like, and the gas station is one of the places that is most often like that. That's the area where you have to cross the river because we have to cross the river to get where we're going. And that's one of the places that is most often camped. Because players know that you have to go that way. Oh, this is our extract. We don't want to get extracted. Oh. Kind of forgot about that. I don't see any scavs here, though. Yeah, we haven't done anything to extract with, so there's no point in extracting. I mean, we're where we need to be to extract. All right, let's peek over here. There can, in theory, be scavs here, but this is, I think, an old scav spawn. I don't think this spawns scavs anymore. There is a grenade box there, but I'm afraid that I'll get caught in the extract trying to loot it because it's so close to the extract. All right, so we peeked at a couple places that could spawn scavs, but I think that's like more old knowledge. of this map, and I think that I have seen scavs at that extract before, but it's probably A, too early in the raid, and I also don't think it's as reliable as it once was. And that tower, I've never seen. It used to be where one of the places where scavs spawned in the greatest density, but now they don't spawn there at all. And I think one of the reasons why they don't spawn there anymore is the devs figured out they're really easy to kill because you can get really long range snipes at them, and it's fairly easy to pick them off. And then you go in the tower and just camp, and they run up the stairs, at you, and you just pick them off one at a time. It's really easy to rack up scavs in that location. At least it used to be. So I figure that's why they removed them from that location. But yeah, this tower here used to be a hot spot for scavs. Don't see them anymore. All right, we're not too far away from where we ultimately need to go to get to the truck. Now, this area does spawn a lot of scavs. It always did, but I think more so now than in the past. Maybe to make up for the fact that they've reduced the scav spawns in other areas. So we're going to have to be careful in this area. But this is the safer of the two trucks to plan on. And also, there's a likelihood there'll be scavs here, so... Let's see if we can pick them off at a distance, because that's going to be our best chance, I think. We might be able to see him on top of this ridge here. And if not this ridge, maybe that ridge. A lot of trees in the way, though. And nothing in the blue area that I saw. They can be along the road here. Don't see anything down the road either. Oh, that's blocked. Heard a gun shop, but very far away. Possibly at the gas. You know, let's check the bus. Bus is gonna have stuff on the seats. Nothing I saw. Okay, before we go in the blue area, I'm just gonna check down the road again. If I can get a spot where I can see. So that's a gas station up there. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Alright, let's go in. If scavs are in here, I might not see them until I'm right on top of them, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Thankfully, I have a scope so I can check things out before we get too close. There's our truck right there. That's what we have to plan on. We're nearing the area the scavs like to hang out. It's by this, like, gate. I think you can see it right there. See that gate? They like to hang out right there. So when we round the corner of this trailer, we may see some. But honestly, I don't know if they're there. We might be too early in the raid, although, I mean, we traveled quite a bit to get here. Yeah, nothing there. Alright, let's plan it and find cover. I don't know if there's anything in the truck. We'll check that after the plant has been set in stone. I'm going to look in this trailer. I don't know if there's anything in it. There might not be, but just in case. And if not, we'll just sit here until the timer goes up, and then that will be it. We can move on. I mean, in theory, those trucks are full of supplies, but I'm not sure if there's anything you can access there. Okay, that is part 1 done. Out of all these things that are in here, this might be the most valuable because I think you can put the ACOG on it. I could be wrong. It could be a different mount. It doesn't look like the mount I typically use. This is also pretty good. Good for the M5. Or MP5, I should say. I did load up an MP5, but then I thought of this challenge, and I decided against that. So I have a kitted out MP5 ready to go. Question is, can I jump on top of this box? Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can access these crates, so guess we'll move on. Okay, so our next challenge is to get into the resort. I might stop at the power station first and see if we can get any sniping in there, because there tends to be a lot of scavs in there. So we could also check the gas station while we're here, because the gas station is really close. Just for snipes. Like, I'm not going to probably go into the gas station, but maybe there's some dudes that are easy pickings. I've been hearing gunshots, but they're all very far away. We might go to the weather station because it's right there, too. But I'll check the gas station first, because it's just this way, and then we can come back to the weather station. I think that's a decent strategy, and there can be scavs at the weather station, so if we get an opportunity to hit them, that would be good. I'm just keeping my eyes that way because players may come down this way if they're at the weather station. And I don't want to get caught while I'm out in the open with my pants down. That's a face down scav. That was stupid. I was about to say, that's probably stupid to loot him. That was bait. And I... hook, line, and sinker. I didn't hear the gunshot that killed him, though. So that's why I was like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Man, this quest, I am not getting anywhere with it. I didn't encounter any scavs. I see a scav, he's dead. Where was that guy? Because it sounded like that gunshot was pretty far. Where was he getting the sight line? Was he up on top of the weather station? Why was he looking that way? I'm so confused. That's why I looted that guy, because I figured... when I saw he wasn't looted, that was kind of a red flag for me. But the same token, I'm like, I see that dead body and where he was, and I'm like, well, how does a guy have a sight line to this? I don't see anybody around me. So maybe it's clear. Nope. You gotta go with your gut sometimes, and that was one of those situations where I didn't. Well, there goes another full kit, and the problem is I'm not accomplishing what I need to do, and it costs me a lot of money to get the gear for this, too. And this is the second time that I've geared up for this quest, and I've done nothing. I have gotten 0 kills. I mean, yeah, I planted the beacon, so it was at least something, but kind of frustrating, and I'm about to dump a bunch of money in ammunition and stuff, too. Oh, well, it happens. Let's get our armor. This is going to be the part that hurts. I really cannot afford to do this too many times. I have plenty of money, but these things are really expensive. So it hurts to have to buy these over and over again. This is the 3rd time I'm doing it. If I had gotten 1 kill, I'd feel a little bit better about it, but... and not only that, that's so early in the raid, my 8R is gone. Like that guy, and even if he doesn't take the 8R, he's taking the scope off, and that's the only thing I insured. And I won't get my armor back for a couple days, so in theory, I could have this quest over by the time that happens. All right, well, we gotta get weapons up again. So I'm gonna go ahead and just trade for another 8R. I'm not gonna kit it out this time, because that cost me a lot of money to get that ACOG scope. I did it to try it out. We didn't even get to shoot once. All right, right click, required search, weapons. We'll do another 8R. This is gonna take me a little while to get this set up, guys, so I apologize, but I didn't expect to die so quickly. I should have known better. There was a lot of things telling me that I shouldn't have gone did what I did. And I didn't listen to my gut, and I just went ahead. Because I was like, oh, maybe I could check the gas station. But at the same time, the thing that I have to realize, or like what I was saying in the back of my head the whole time, but other people camp the gas station. Oh, look at that. A guy camping the gas station area is who we ran into. If I had gone a different way, we could have avoided that. But if all you do is avoid stuff, you're not going to get anything done, so... Okay, we're going to sell that. I am also going to go through and just grab mags that I have. I also need a rig. And just to save myself time, I guess I'm going to buy one. I'm a little salty after that because it's just another run where I just... Nothing happened, like, towards the quest. And... I have to keep wearing this armor, which is very expensive for me to buy. I have to keep wearing it until I get the quest done. And I hate these quests. I hate the quests where you have to do a very specific thing because you end up spending a lot of resources trying to do it. Because it's like, how many of these sets of armor am I going to have on hand at any given time? All right. Now we can go through and grab our mags. So unload, unload. I don't think I have any more, so I'm going to have to buy a couple more on top of that. I also, like, I'm going to run out of money really quickly if I keep having runs like that. So that's another factor. I kind of want to keep the MP5 mags out, but I guess we can put that in the bag. I know I have another one of those 60 rounders, but I'm not going to sit here and try and find it. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have to buy 2 more mags here. And this is just more to compound on the prices we're going to have to pay here. Oops. Do 2. I also have to buy ammo, so I don't know why I left that guy's screen. I'm going to have to buy a whole bunch of ammo. I'm going to buy better ammo than what I brought in last time. Granted, it doesn't really matter if you don't fire it, does it? We're going to sell this as well, which I have to remember to do. Okay, sell. Hey, we got $10 back. Alright. Ammunition. We're going to go with 855A1. It's the best ammo I can buy at 5.56. We need 181 rounds. Which is going to cost me $274. So, yeah, I had 8,800, and we're already dropped 1,000 into this, practically. So if I die, I mean, I don't really do 8 more of these runs. I also need $8,000 for a quest for Peacekeeper. Wait, did one of these mags already have ammo in it? Ah, it had 855. All right, we'll put that in the ammo box with the other 855. I also had 20 rounds of 855A1 that I forgot about, but that's okay. Yeah. Oh well, it happens. That's part of the game. You can't get too upset about... I sold this, didn't I? Maybe I didn't hit deal. Easy to forget to do that. We're gonna have to need some type of sight here. So let's get something. Just a basic sight will do. This will do. Let's put something away that we got here. Let's put this away. Alright, we're ready to go. Let's get another backpack. I didn't even really do that much looting either. So, like, there was just not much accomplished in that last run. good. We can get rid of this backpack. That's nice. All right. Let's do another round. So we're not as well kitted out here. And that's the thing that's really frustrating too, is you go in well kitted out, you don't see any scavs. Your objective is to kill scavs. You don't see any. I need to ensure this and this. The time I go in and I don't have very good gear is the time I'm going to see a bunch of them. Okay, so this time we have to go to the resort. I can't do this, you know, circuit track. So note to self, this is a lesson you've already learned a long time ago, Mouse, but when you see a dead body and it hasn't been looted and you don't see anybody around, there's a good chance somebody's watching the body, and if you try and loot it, they'll just kill you. Don't do that. As a matter of fact, the guy probably saw me for a while, saw me see the body, was like, okay, he's gonna loot it, let me wait. Line up the headshot, pop. I can guarantee you that's what happened. I don't understand, personally myself, I don't understand the people that have the patience for that. Like, how did he know I was gonna be there and loot that body? I didn't hear the gunshot. I had no idea that happened. That was complete random chance that I found that dead body. Okay, we're right next to the weather station. I'm not gonna go there. Instead, I'm gonna go straight to the resort. Because we're fairly close to that. There's a very good chance we get killed here. But I'm just gonna plant and run. That's my game plan. So I'm gonna run as fast as I can. Now, there is a very good chance there will be other people that spawn around me that will get me from behind if I'm not careful. As a matter of fact, there might be somebody like right over there as we speak. Now, I am gonna get tired out by running here. And there will be people that I think spawned a little closer to the resort that will get there faster. But I just need to get there, plant the thing, and run away. Because I do not want to be at the resort early on in the raid. First off, there won't be that many scavs, but there will be tons of players. If I die, that's another $1,000 down the drain that I cannot afford to spend. I can do that once or twice, but I can't do that over and over again. Let's get our pipper to something. Shit! Shit! What did I just say? Somebody would come up behind me, and I'm sitting there messing with my pipper. Well, there's $1,000 down the drain. I'm glad I bought all that ammo that didn't get used. I'm glad I bought all that armor that didn't get, well, you got used for 2 seconds. I mean, what is there to Clipper? See, I didn't do anything. I just walked, had somebody come up behind me and shoot me. And the thing is, I knew what I was doing was dumb, but I was just banking on luck. And honestly, if I hadn't stopped to adjust my red dot, I probably still would have gotten killed, but I would have had a chance to run away. Maybe. See, that's why I don't go to the resort first thing. Is that kind of stuff happens all the time. Unless you get the spawn that's the closest to the resort, you're just going to run into other players beelining it to the resort too, and then they gun you down and you die. And that was complete luck on that guy's side. He just happened to have the spawn where he's behind me. If I had had his spawn and he had gone the course I had gone, it would have been the shoe on the other foot. Well, let's blow more resources here. Let's buy my bright blue armor and my bright blue helmet that's not going to save me. Yes, when I hit deal, I'd like you to buy it, please. Let's buy ammo that I'm not going to use. Let's buy magazines I'm not going to use. And let's trade for a rifle I'm not going to use. Oh, I guess I can't do that. So I just spent all that money for no reason. Lovely. I can do a full M4 trade, but considering the way my luck's been, I kind of am hesitant to do it. Because that was it's a hard trade for me to cobble together. But we just bought all the infrastructure for it. They put a limit on how many things you can buy sometimes of a set item. Because I died one after another right away. I mean, it's okay if you lose items in this game. It's not a big deal. The problem is when you lose items over and over again, one after the other, you can watch your bank account just go. And I haven't had much of that happen in Tarkov while I've been streaming. Today is a new day. All right. Now that first thing was just me being dumb. The first death was me being dumb. The second death was just bad luck. I mean, yeah, I was also being dumb because I could have avoided that situation. But at the same time, I need to go to the resort. I need to go to the resort. And if I go there, if I go there like a few minutes into the raid, it's the worst time to go in there. If I go there first thing and I'm the first one there, I might have a chance. If I go there way late, I may have a chance. If I go any other time, I'm going to get killed. I know I'm going to get killed because that's the most dangerous place to go. So my gut says wait a long time before you go to the resort, which I tried to do in my last run, but it didn't work out because of running into a player somewhere else. I also bought one more magazine than what we needed because of the M4 coming with one. So I bought 4 mags. Where did one of them go? There it is. We'll save that for another time. We'll probably run M1A after this, but the M1A is going to be really expensive. So yeah, it's not gonna be necessarily a good day in that regard. All right. So we got expensive ammo and our expensive gun. I could mod the gun up. Probably the baseline, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get another ACOG scope here. Because I do need to level him up. It's going to cost me $250 to do so. That's going to be functional mods. There it is, right there. And the good thing about this is that you can put it on. The question is, where did it go? There it is. You can put this on when you have the normal sight here for the M4 without needing anything else. I have bunches of stuff that I could mod this thing with, and I could do it, but I just don't want to spend the time to do it. I just want to get going here. Could we make it a better rifle? Sure. But I don't want to sit here, like, in my inventory dicking around too much. Especially if the rifle doesn't even last me more than 2 seconds, you know? The rifle has to prove to me that it can last, and then it will get the mods. So we're going to insure it for $5 grand. So I think I had 370 to start, and I've already blown 30 grand there, and I've already blown over 2,000 here without getting anything done. Well, that's not true. We planned it on a truck, but These are one of those moments where you can get real salty at this game. All right, let's bring another backpack into this raid because, you know, I'm going to hate it if I come into a raid and we have a lot of opportunity to loot and I don't do it. All right, let freedom reign. Or ring. Let's go at noon here. So normally speaking, if I was doing this quest, I'd probably go at night. But you guys won't be able to see. But I'd go at night because it makes me a lot safer from other players. It's going to be a lot quieter. There's going to be a lot less players. One thing to keep in mind with this map, because it's one of the bigger maps, it can have a lot of players on it. I think we lucked out on that first map because there weren't a lot of players, but I think we're starting to run into the player population, because last time I think we had a pretty dense player population. Should I have done what I did? Probably not. But the spawn I had is terrible, frankly speaking. Now, that would have been the spawn I would have loved on our first run, because it would have put me close to the truck. The problem is that spawn puts you in between two other player spawns, and depending on what they do, you're going to get killed. If you run straight for the resort and they take their time to get to the resort, you'll be in front of them and they'll kill you. And you kind of have to run out in the open to run straight to the resort, so they're going to see you coming. Oh, look at that. We get to spawn again. Lovely. Actually, no, I don't think we quite got the same spawn this time. Hey, Iggy. We're very salty right now, Iggy. I have blown a lot of my resources getting killed over and over again, accomplishing nothing. So I'm kind of pissed. But it is what it is. It is Tarkov. As a matter of fact, the developer of this game, his name is Nikita. He said in an interview that he never intended Tarkov to be fun. He intended it... What was the word he used? Now, we are close to the resort. But... Oh, thanks, thanks, Iggy, for the cheer. But we're here to enjoy the 4th of July. We do have a stipulation that we're going to be using only American weapons. We did spawn fairly close to the resort. The resort's just right there. And we might be able to get to it fairly early. But you know what? Screw that. We did that last time we got shot down. I'm going to look for the players... I'm sorry, the sniper scav. Knowing my luck, he won't be there yet again. Nope, he's not there. So my quest here is to kill scavs while wearing UN gear. And we have yet to see a single scav that's been alive. We saw a dead body last time, and I, like a moron, tried to loot it. Yeah, so the resort is right here. And where we have to go with the resort is fairly close. Okay, this is dangerous, but we're going to do it. Because if we can get in there and get what we need done, we can get out and be fairly safe from then on. I know that the truck is at the back side. You know, I've never been in this area. I don't actually know what's here. There's a duffel bag. Probably stupid to loot it. Yep. Son of a bitch. Oh, there goes an arm. Is that sniper scav on that rock? That sounded like the sniper scav. I checked that rock. Well, we lost an arm in that. Where the hell is he? I checked this rock. There he is. Got him. I checked that. I checked that rock thoroughly. And that freaking sniper scav. Well, completely destroyed my arm. Hey, we got a scav kill. Yay! Well, that delays me getting to the resort, and now I'm kind of hesitant to do so, and especially as we just fired off a bunch of shots in this area. Now I'm really nervous that we're going to get caught by a player here. I'm going to hide in this little wedge here and heal up. We're not that badly... I mean, we lost an arm. This is unrepairable, but... we're just going to sit here and bandage up. And then I'm going to top off my ammo while we do it. Yeah, I forget what he said. Like, it's not designed to have fun. It's, like, designed to be fulfilling or something like that. Like, you are proud of accomplishments you do, but you don't have fun doing them. And I can see that. I mean, that's kind of like your Dark Souls there, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, people could argue with me. I've never played Dark Souls. But I get it's that same kind of feeling where maybe you're not having fun playing Dark Souls, but you feel a sense of accomplishment in doing whatever it is that you do in Dark Souls. All right, now I'm nervous because I just popped off a bunch of shots. And players tend to come to shots. So the scab didn't fall, so we're not going to be able to loot him. So the question is, do we go ahead to the resort anyway? Or do we abort? An arm loss isn't a big deal. It's going to make it harder to hit long-range shots. But it's not the end of the world. So that bastard must have been on the other side of the rock, which is why I didn't see him when I checked the rock. I mean, I checked that rock thoroughly, and I did not see him. Okay, this is probably not the safest place to be. If somebody is, like, scanning for activity. Although I don't know how much people look back here. We got a wrench. Lovely. Okay. So again, I don't know 100% sure where the truck is that we have to put this on. But it should be in the back of the resort, which we're at. Just checking this area to see what's here. Because again, I never come over here. I have no idea what's over here. Looks like just a bunch of trash. I don't think there's any loot. Now, this is the point in time where I feel like the resort is probably the most dangerous. Players that are going to sprint here and get here earlier should already be at the resort. And then players that are getting here a little late are going to be arriving about this time. So, in my opinion, this is the time you really don't want to be. Oh, there's the truck. It's really close. Okay, we need to plan it and run the F away. Okay, run. This is all I care about right now, is getting this done. Because now, once this is done, we can go wherever we want. And we don't need to be beholden to this, like, the certain location. We still have to go to Shoreline, because that's where our quest is, but we don't have to follow this set path. We don't have to go anywhere we don't want to go. Okay. The question is, after dying that one time, did the other one count? I'm going to hide in a bush here and just check that. Yeah, they both counted. Let's make sure we're on our gear so we can do that without having to waste time. Okay, so that's good. We got that part of our quest hammered out. So we never have to do that again. So now when we're in Shoreline, we can play a little safer and go wherever we want. I would not have gone some of the ways I went last time, the last couple times, if it wasn't for the fact that I had to go to the resort. Or I had to go to that other location for where we got killed. But now we're free and clear to go wherever, and that's the lovely. Okay, so my game plan here is to go to the village. Usually there can be a couple, 2 or 3 scavs there, maybe more. We can go there. We can get a lot of loot. I've got a nice big bag. And make this run worthwhile. I might not look for too much danger because we have a blacked out arm. But I would like to have at least one successful run here. The first two made me very salty. But we're going to have a jog ahead of ourselves, which is fine. How much weight do I have on myself? Not a lot. So we're not going to be getting our strength skill up. One thing about M4s is they're really light compared to the other weapons in the game. Like an AK is a lot heavier than an M4. So it's actually tougher to... because one thing you can do, if you're above the normal carrying capacity, which is 40 kilograms, if you're above that, when you run around, you build up your strength skill. And this game works kind of like the Elder Scrolls games in that you level up by doing things. So that's your stipulation, one of your stipulations for getting strength up. The other way you can get strength up is by hitting people with melee weapons. So that would be like this axe here. If I hit somebody with that, that'd get my strength skill up. Another way you can get is by tossing grenades. So those are your like 3 main ways to get strength. And strength is pretty important, but it's kind of difficult to level up because those circumstances are not all that common. You're not going to be hitting people with melee weapons all that commonly. Grenades, I mean, is probably the thing that you can do the most commonly if you have grenades, which I don't have. The other part though, being overbeared, having more weight than you can carry. There is literally no way to guarantee that. I mean, you can purposely do that. And I have seen people do that. Like, they'll take their ammo box full of ammo and just carry that in their lockbox and just carry that around just for the extra, I don't know, 20 kilos or whatever. And that is a thing you can do. I kind of need my... you know what, we'll put the flashlight in here. It's not really worth a whole lot, but hey, if we die, at least we'll get some moolah out of this. Okay, we are going to go to spin tires, which is a weapon container. And then I may loot the house, the adjoining house. Spin tires is right out in front of me. There it is, yeah. This is the route I really like to go. It's empty. Maybe somebody already hit it. We have been in the raid a little while. Or I could just been unlucky, and that, you know, didn't have anything in it to begin with. Every crate has a chance of being empty. Oh, we ran out of stamina there. Okay. Nuts. Alright. Come in here, do a little bit of looting. Screwdriver. Wow, this is a bunch of junk so far. It's possible somebody already looted all this. And they just left behind the junk. Take the pineapple juice. We might need a beverage if we're going to be in this raid a while. Which we... the game plan is to be in this raid a while. I don't think any of this ammo is really worth a whole lot. I'll go ahead and take this. Unfortunately, the ammo for my gun is not really typically found in those crates. For some reason in Russia, they don't have a bunch of 5.56 laying around. That's weird. What, are they not American or something? Okay, we're gonna hit Moldy House here. This is where I start feeling a little bit more comfortable. There's danger around every corner, but we're out of the more dangerous areas. Come on, door. Bag, or Coat. Cigarettes, I'm not taking those. Or cigarettes. Those... Oh, those are the crap ones. We don't want them. A AA battery. Another AA battery. Yeah, that's all junk. In here, got a power brick. That's actually kind of a rare item. So we'll switch out the ammo, which is not really all that good anyway, for the power brick. We got a Zippo lighter. Pliers, sure, I'll take those. These are not necessarily fantastic bits of loot here, but hey, it's something. Screwdriver, nuts, and bolts. You know, to be totally honest with you, I don't know how good nuts and bolts are as a trade good. I don't think they're very good, and they're not worth a whole lot if you sell them. But maybe there's some kind of trade that they work with. Because a lot of items in the game, they may not necessarily have a straight up intrinsic value. But there sometimes are trades or quests that you need to do, and they are looking for the particular items. Most items in the game have some need. But that's still, how common of a need is it? Is it really something that people are looking for? Because nuts and bolts you can find all day long, so even if there was a quest for it, it's not a rare item. So I just get the feeling that it's not really worth a whole lot. But I haven't proven that yet. Because I thought matches weren't worth very much, but they're actually worth quite a bit, or at least they were at a time. The guy that used to be looking for matches isn't really looking for them anymore, so matches have kind of dropped in value. A lot of it depends on what players are looking for. But the big trade you have with the matches, you can get painkillers that way. 2 matches, you can be traded in for a painkiller. I don't think these are worth anything, so I'm not going to pick it up. And a lot of like this game is like not only learning the maps and everything, but it's also learning the economy. What are various things worth? T-plug's worth something to me because I can do a trade for it. I need a lot of things to make it worthwhile, but it's worth something. I don't know if it's worth drinking juice just yet. Let's wait a little while. Okay, we're going to start heading towards the area that's going to possibly have scavs. Is that one door open? That is. That's a bad sign. That could mean scavs. Could also mean a player's already been through here. We're gonna go through the back door. This door is not normally closed. So definitely a player has been in here. The scavs don't tend to open doors, but they do not close them. Well, he left the toilet paper. So I'm going to assume these cash registers have been looted. This probably happened a while ago. Somebody probably spawned in this area. Let's just double check. But if this... What did he do in here? Oh, he put bolts in there. Yeah. Definite player. So he took the bolts out of his pocket. Maybe a player scav? Because I find that hard to believe he didn't have room on his gamma container for money. Possibly not a very experienced one, because why would you pick up bolts in the first place? Yeah, and this is open too. This door is never open, normally. So, full auto time. I don't think the guy is still here, but we're gonna just be careful. If his pockets were so full at that point, I don't know which one he hit first, though. He could have hit this one first. Let's check the cash register. At this point, he should have had room for it. Cash, that is. And then this weapon crate most likely is empty. Oh, why wouldn't you take that? That's actually a good item. Fortunately, we didn't see any scavs in the area, which is kind of why I came here. Let's switch back to single shot. They can be on the road in here. All right. Yeah, so somebody beat us to that location, so it was all looted up. I don't know if it was a player, maybe a hatchling, or if it was a player scav and they didn't have a lockbox. But I find that hard to believe that somebody would have put bolts inside a cash register. That makes you think that they didn't have room for the cash. And considering rubles are stackable, they only needed one space in their inventory. So they probably looted everything that was not nailed down. I saw something. But it's just a bush. They probably looted everything that wasn't nailed down. Then they found the cash in the cash register, dropped the bolts to make room for it. Strange thing to pick up, but, you know, strange things happen. Again, that kind of speaks to maybe a less experienced player, which is fine. People learn. Okay. Now where to go from there? I've been very quiet on this map, disturbingly so. Whether that was a player or a player scav, I won't know. If it was a player, I'm going to assume that may have been a hatchling. So it's possible they went to the resort after looting up that location. Where I could go from here is a couple places. I'm going to check Scav Island, make sure there's no scavs there. Where's my extract? Just so I know. The tunnel. So we're already at the tunnel. We could continue to explore the village. There's a couple more places where scavs can be. The village tends to be pretty dangerous, though, because the engagements can be kind of close range, and the scavs can kind of catch you off guard as well, because of the house-to-house fighting nature of the village. I should also keep my eyes over here. Here's a player's coming down this way. That does happen. What I'm looking is at this end of the island. Scavs can just sit around in this area. And if they're there, I want to snipe them. If they're not, we'll move on. But yeah, we could go to the village, see if we can get any kills there. I'm not anywhere near full up on loot, because that guy already went through the area. I was going to loot and see him. I had a small window there because he was moving away. I just gave away my location too. Damn it. Maybe I should have been more patient. If we keep circling, we'll be able to see him. I have to keep my eyes over here, though, in case a player is there. Where are you, buddy? We could go on the island and try and hunt him down. That becomes more dangerous because there's one way off that island. One way on, one way off. And somebody heard those shots, might run. But he's probably... Oh, there he is. There's actually two here. Got him. Ah. These long-range shots are hard because of my arm. Come on. Got him. That's two. I think there might have been a third one, but I can't confirm that. Because the guy that I saw had a big bag on, and he went over that way. As you can see, my arms are shaking a lot there. That's because I have one arm blacked out. I kind of don't want to stick around too much longer, though, because that was a lot of shooting. It's been very quiet on this map. So somebody that's here to hunt down players may run to those shots. So we have to be careful. I'm going to top off my mags. I think we're good on health. I don't think there's anything else we need to do here. Apparently I interrupted my reload process there. That one's topped off. But right there's the advantage of having a scope. It's not a high power scope. So I couldn't like zero in on their head. I'm also like set to 50 meters, and that was probably more like 100 to 150 meters right there. I'm gonna take one more peek over here. There he is. Let's zero this in 150 because I think that's what the range is. Come on, arms. We gotta get him before he runs. Got him. All right, that's probably good enough. We really need to get out of here. I do want to dial that back down to 50 meters, though. Okay. All right. So that's 3 kills right there. We already had 1 before, so that's 4. We only need 6 more to get this quest done. Might be worth getting out now. That's 4 kills. We don't have a lot of loot to our name, which is kind of one reason why I want to stay rather than leave. Let's stay. We'll drink this juice and reload. Ammunition store is pretty good. We still have sustainability as far as health and what have you. And we'll start moving away from this location so we don't have to worry about players maybe finding us as much. My game plan at this point, probably go to the power station. We're gonna check the village a little bit here, as scabs can spawn along or can patrol this road here. They can also be within this like villa area. Not sure I want to go into the villa though. We've had a good run right now, and my gun's more set up for longer ranges and going in house to house fighting. I mean, I can do that, but I'd prefer not to. We're a little out in the open, so I want to get some cover here. Being like behind this rock here. Oh, what was that? A little jumpy there. Yeah, but this is the run I've been waiting for right here. Yeah, let's give it a little peek-see over here. Looks good. Here's the power station. That's who we're looking for right there. Arms are shaking like madman, though. Gonna be hard to do this shot. He dropped, but I don't think that was a death drop. Just dial that in. Yeah, there he is. Come on, stupid arms. That looked like a kill. Okay, we're going to survey the area. Starting to hear other shots here. Alright, so that's 5 kills to our name. I say get out while it's going is good here. Although I do have one compulsion, and that is to go into the villa area. So we'll give that a try. Yeah, if anything, we get a little bit of looting, extra looting done. Because right now my pack is empty. I kind of feel lame, like leaving with nothing in my pack. All those guys I killed too, we're not going to be looting. Let's just reload our thing while we got time. I mean, look at how empty our pack is. Alright, we're good there. Those shots weren't too bad considering how bad my aim was shaken there at that range. Oh, also we want to dial it back to 50 meters. That's not something you necessarily have to do, especially not with an M4. M4s tend to have a flatter trajectory, so you can get away with having the wrong thing dialed in. But if you have 150 meters dialed in, and you're really at 50 meters, probably not the wisest thing to try and take shots at that range, because the rounds are just going to zip over the guy's head. If you're not that much into firearms, typically speaking, when you're zeroing in sights, hey Pug. For longer ranges, you're dialing the sights up to account for the drop in your bullet as it travels that distance. Different projectiles are going to have different trajectories depending on like their velocity and what have you. Why isn't my face painted in red, white, and blue? We're being patriotic here by only using American weapons. I do have, I don't know if you can see it right there. There's behind me. Ah! The camera is probably mirrored. Yeah, over there, there's a blanket that is patriotic, but it's kind of cut off. You'll see that if I get to the chatting window. Granted, I should know which direction the blanket's in, but I was trying to go off of the camera, which I think is mirrored. It may not be. Maybe I'm used to looking in a mirror, and that's why it confused me. Either way, I'm a very confused man. But that's just every day. Oh, you know, this looks bad. So somebody's been through here. I don't think I'm going to be seeing much loot. I think somebody's gone through this village. Yeah, we're just getting pliers and junk like that. I mean, it's something, but it's not much. Yeah, lighters. I mean, at this point, though, maybe they didn't have a lot of room for stuff, because we knew they had to throw away a bolt to get some money. Matches are worth picking up. And again, maybe they don't know what's valuable, too. Another bag here. There's an upstairs. Duct tape. Duct tape? Well, that's worth something. Let's go upstairs. Another duffel bag. Okay, bandage, matches, bandage. Okie dokie. I'll take it. Not the most spectacular loot, but hey. Better than the whole lot of nothing we have. Just listening for a second. I hear a scav. There he is. Where's he going? Does he know it where I am? Or is that a player scav? I kind of don't want to touch that because, I mean, if it's player scav, it's a player scav. But if it's scav that knows where I am, they have like laser beam accuracy, and I don't 100% know where he is. I saw him run. The question is, if he's a normal scav, why was he running? Yeah, I don't like this. I don't want to get ambushed while I'm having such a good run. Let's just get the hell out of here. It's been good enough. If it's a player scav, he may not have any clue that I'm there. Which is fine. But if it's a scav, the way he was running, that means he knew I was there. And one thing scavs love to do is they can shoot through bushes. Like, so if there's a scav on the other side of this bush, once they lock in onto you, they know exactly where you are. And they will shoot through bushes. They have laser beam accuracy. They can headshot you with a shotgun from long distances, or at least black out your legs and make you limp away. We can get out here. Let's just get out. I don't want to mess with fate anymore. We've had bad luck earlier. Let's not mess with our good luck. That's one more scav we could have put on the pile, but there's so many places that scav could have hid. There was a lot of bushes and cars and all other kinds of nonsense that he could have hid behind. And if he has the laser beam accuracy, I've seen a scav punch through level 3 armor like I have pretty easy. So, yay! So we got 5 kills. That's not bad. That's half the quest done. We did manage to get the other 2 parts of the quest done, so that's nice. So, that means that this rifle has proved itself worthy, so we have to mod it. Those are the rules of Tarkov. Not really, but self-imposed rules. Just checking what the messages were. Okay, so now we have to start thinking about getting rid of this stuff. This I'm just gonna sell. It's an AK-103. Those are not super common, but if I don't sell it, I won't have room for anything else. I already have an AK-103. It's right here. It's all modded up and ready to go. I don't see these AK-103s all that commonly, though. This is like a modern version of the normal AKM, more or less. But I don't have room for it, so it's gotta go. Everything's gotta go! It's like a closing sale. I probably don't have a ton of room in my box here for stuff. Probably should keep a couple of the duct tape behind. Oh, that's right, I did a big trade recently, so I actually have a little bit. I don't have room for the tool set, so that's gonna go. Get rid of the matches. Pliers I'm probably gonna get rid of. We'll see what kind of trades we can do with them. T-plug I want to keep. Ammo is gonna go in my ammo box. Stick that on that. Okay. Toilet paper in there. I don't know what the wrench and stuff what that goes for. Okay, so all we need to do is just clear out stuff here so that I can get my bag out of the way, and then we can do a little bit more fine-tuning. So that means I need to get rid of this tool set because that's going to be the big thorn in my side. So we'll just grab this grizzly, I guess. All right, is anything trading for the tool set right now? M14 50-round mag. That's very tempting. And then we got a couple trades here, but I need more than one set or more items than just one set. So I was thinking about doing an M1A at one point. This is actually a really good trade in my opinion. But I think I'm going to have to pass on it. I think we're better off just... because that's going to sit in my inventory, and my inventory is already really full. Sometimes you just got to be practical with these things, and you got to sell things when you have to. So in this case... okay, so this is a known bug that happens, or it's a bug that I'm full aware of, where you put in an item in your inventory and you try and sell it, and it says that they won't buy it even though you know they'll buy it. A good test of this is will Fence buy it? Oh, Fence will buy it. Is Fence the only one that buys it? That doesn't seem right to me. The only way I know to fix this is to quit out of the game and relaunch, which is really annoying when you're trying to cover content. So do we just do the trade and be done with it and not worry about it? I guess. Alright. Well, we got a 50-round mag for something we may or may not use. Now we need to get rid of these bandages. That's easy enough. One there. One there. Get rid of our bag. Pick this bag up because it's nice and big. Put this here. We know we're going to sell that. Pliers, I want to see what their trade is, and then the wrench, I want to see similar. So always check that before you sell stuff. What is this? A plug, I assume, a spark plug. Yeah, we're not going to do that trade. So that's going to get sold. The yellow-handed pliers. Yeah, nothing worth keeping them around. I mean, yeah, they would eventually sell, but not today. They're going to sell all this stuff. The duct tape I'm going to trade in for a better car kit. We used ours up. Maybe we don't do that just yet, though. 200 is still pretty decent. We didn't use a ton of it. We have room in our Lucky Scat box. If we do, then that's great. Yeah, we do. All right, that works. All right. So we sell the AK and this. Do we have room for the site? We sure do. Right there. Okay. Pineapple juice needs to go as well. All right, that's going to be our sale. We're going to trade first to Peacekeeper because I'm trying to get him up in value. We've got him up in a lot of value recently because I just spent a bunch on armor. Okay, would you be up for playing some Dota 2 later in the month? Maybe. I don't know that game very well, but playing with other people can be fun. So yeah, Pug, I wouldn't mind. Are you going to get Tarkov? That's a lot of money for this. That's good. Now, we could sell these things to him, but I also need to recover my rubles. So let's go to Ragman and sell that to him. These sell for actually a pretty decent amount, considering they're just pliers and a wrench. Now, the question is, Pug, did you give up on Dota because Dota gave up on you? As in, did you need an intervention? Oh, I forgot to sell this. We need to sell that to the therapist. She's the only one that buys food items. Because a lot of people I hear have played Dota, they end up quitting it because it turned into a problem. And the biggest problem I have for Dota, or at least the thing that I'm not so sure of, is the time. Ah, yeah, okay, I get you. Oh, I have a couple more items to sell. Whoops. It's like the time investment. It's the same problem I have with Dota Auto Chess. It takes you like 40, 45 minutes to get through a match of Dota Auto Chess. I mean, again, depending on how quickly you lose. If you're really bad at the game, honestly, I think you have to be pretty bad at it to be really short. But yeah, I mean, if you get stomped in a match, I could see why it wouldn't last as long. But usually speaking, it lasts a good 40 plus minutes. Like the one time I streamed Dota Auto Chess, I had 2 matches in 2 hours. Now, I also played through the tutorial, which took about 20 minutes. But, you know, that's not a lot done in that time. Ah, turbo mode. But is that authentic Dota? Does the Dota community accept that as you know, a real part of the game? And what do they do with the turbo? Is it just like one lane or something? Now, granted, I have seen Dota played, and it looks pretty cool. Like, when you compare it to... The only game that I've played that's similar would be... Here's the Storm, which you have played with me, if I remember correctly. Here's the Storm, I mean, Dota 2 looks like a lot nicer, just like visually speaking and like stuff like that. There's other elements of that I'm not 100% sure on. Like, for example, I don't know how I feel about the idea of last hitting. I don't know how much I like that idea. I'm not saying it's a bad mechanic, I'm not sure if I'm that big of a fan of it. That's why Here's a Storm kind of like spoke to me. Ah, just accelerate XP and gold. All right. That's why Here's a Storm spoke to me, because it doesn't have that last hitting and stuff, like that last hitting mechanic. Because I don't know. It's unnecessary in Turbo, the last hitting. Okay, that sounds better. Maybe that could answer some of my questions. Okay, so our armor didn't get touched, so we're good there. I think we should mod this thing up, because it did serve me pretty decently in that last match. I'm going to have to track down my mods. I know they're there. Okay, here's a pistol grip that we could use. What else would we want? Probably a stock or a foregrip, which I should have around here somewhere. No, not in that bag. Yeah, this just shows you how big of a mess my stockpiles are. This is my main mod bag. This is a foregrip, but it requires a very specific length of barrel. Like, if I tried this out, I don't think it would work. We could try it and just see if it works or not, but I'm fairly certain it won't work. I'm gonna have to remove my bag anyway. So let me, yeah. I kind of fell off of Here's the Storm, though. I don't know if I got burnt out on it, or... a big part of, like, what gets me into playing a game is watching somebody else play it. And I kind of stopped watching people that played it. So let's see if this fits. Yeah, cannot install both the barrel and the rail at the same time. So it requires a specific length of barrel. It could be the gas block, but I think I already tried that once and it didn't really work. So no to that. What else is here? You know, I never looked at this. What does this do? Wow, that's pretty good. I don't think I'm going to use it on this just yet. It hasn't done that well to justify some of the best mods I have. No, in one of these I have, I think, a rail. Foregrip with rails on it. Guess I was mistaken. Either that or I'm just not finding it. Okay, I guess we'll take it one thing at a time. I could have swore that I had an extra stock as well as a foregrip, but if I'm mistaken, I'm mistaken. But I could have swore I had it. It's possible it's sitting there right in front of my face and I just didn't see it. Or it's possible I used it on something else, which pretty possible. Because I have been doing a lot of the quests for the mechanic. And the mechanic requires you... Oh, there it is. I knew I had one, I just had to find it. Is there something I want to stick in here instead? Guess we can stick the extra mag in here. Okay. Yeah, okay. Dota is a lot more dynamic and action-packed. Yeah. I do like the idea of Dota Auto Chess too, but I mean, that's definitely probably a different game. Okay, so we got this. We're going to ensure that. Well, you know what? We'll wait. We'll put the a grip on it first. Because I should have tons of those laying around. Matter of fact, let's go to my main mod bag. There we go. This is kind of a basic little grip, but it will reduce recoil a little bit. Okay, and then we'll sell these two things because they're just kind of stock things. And then we want to ensure that. Okay. That's not a bad little upgrade. If the rifle does better, we'll upgrade it even more. Let's go ahead and sell the parts that we didn't use. So go to Skier first, see what he will buy. If he doesn't buy either thing, we'll sell it to... Yeah, he'll buy both. Okay. So things that are left to change on the rifle are stock, muzzle device, that's probably about it. So we can do those if it survives again. Other than that, I can do a little modifications here and there. But this is a good start. We could put a laser on it, which will help for hip firing and stuff, which we might have to do based off of our magnified scope. Okay, and I might have trades for some of the things too with all the stuff that's in this box. Can you tell I hoard, man? Look at all that. All right, let's go. Oh no, we need our other bag. That would have been a mistake. This bag is full of stuff that I don't want to lose. Wouldn't be the end of the world if that happened, but I'd be kind of upset with myself. Alright, so that's insured in case we lose it. We've got medicals, we've got extra ammo. Yeah, it looks like we're good. Look at that guy. I love the scabs, they're great. Now, the one question I had that we'll go 6 in the morning, that should be all right, is the, what was it called? Turbo mode? Does it have the same, like, 3-lane kind of mechanic, or is it different? If I remember correctly, Dota is always on the same map, right? Like, there's variations of the map, but it's always the same map, right? I think I remember hearing that, but I could be remembering that incorrectly. So if I am, correct me. Because again, I have seen Dota played, but I have never played it myself. Well, I'll tell you, they've done a good job on that one map, because it looks pretty cool. I love the, like, the trees and how the trees can get, like, smashed up and stuff. That's kind of cool. Little aesthetic thing. For me, like, looking at the two, like, Here's the Storm and Dota, having seen them both played, I think Dota 2 looks nicer. I guess it's a difference of art aesthetic or what have you, but to me, Dota 2 looks nicer, having played lots of Here's the Storm. Ah. I know of Timbersaw because of Dota Auto Chess. That's the funny thing. Because of Dota Auto Chess, I actually know some of the heroes. But the only thing I know about him is he's a mech, which you have mech synergy. And I call it Dota Auto Chess. I played Dota Underlords, which I guess is the official Valve version. Because Dota Auto Chess started out, this is how I understand it. Dota Auto Chess started out as a like a mod of normal Dota, and then Valve decided to come out with an official version. And the one thing that I'll say is better about the official version, like some people are just like, oh, it's a clone of an already existing mod. One thing I'll say that's better is, first off, the servers are more stable, and you know, you can get matchmaking quicker, and you don't have you still have desync, but you don't have it as often. Because I've seen people play Dota Auto Chess, and it looks like there's a lot of desync and lag and stuff, and there's less hacking. I'm sure there's still hacking, but it seemed like there was a lot of hacking in Dota Auto Chess, like the mod. So those would be the two things that I got from an impression of seeing the two. I never played Dota Auto Chess, so I can only speak of what I've seen based off of, like, through other, you know, through others' content. But those are the impressions I got. Okay, we're starting in the village. Well, we're in the village, let's loot. So we only need 5 more kills, and if we have good luck like we did last time, we should be able to get it. Now, if we get bad luck like we did before, is there nothing in here? Why did I come in this room? Okay, then. That is a nice kitchen, I guess. Some of these houses I don't know because I don't loot every house in here. Maybe something in this? Nope. Well, I guess I better hope that there's stuff upstairs, otherwise this house is completely pointless. Looks like a duffel bag by the master bedroom thing here. This is kind of a cooler looking house, though. I mean, got a nice double bed here. Got a nice guitar. Got a chair. It's a little rough around the edges, but table, couch, and a nice little bedroom here. Nice and spacious. Got a kitchen off to the side. You got a living room. Yeah, not bad. Let's be a real estate agent in Tarkov. Okay, so I've been in this house before. This is that house that was looted up last time I was here. So it has a garage. That doesn't open. This door was open. Always close doors that you walk through because, like, I could tell somebody had been through here and looted because the guy left all the doors he opened open. So it was really apparent to me. that he had been here. That's not something I have to do, by the way, with the wallet. I just do it because I've had a problem with my money not actually going in the wallet. So I started making sure to manually put it in my wallet, just so it's not like getting dropped or something. It could be a bug where your money just flies out of your wallet and under certain circumstances. But I've lost a lot of money that way. Okay. Is the horse worth more than these two items? I'm going to say yes. We got some juice, so we've got some long-term ability to stay on this map. I remember there being a lot of duffel bags in this house, which is actually good because I have a quest to get car batteries, and I believe that's the only container that car batteries can spawn in. So unless it's a map spawn, because the map will have set spawns, unless it spawns in with the map, I don't think there's any other way to get car batteries. I only need one more, too, for my quest. Oh, got some matches. I was going to say, is there something on that table? I think this just goes outside, right? That's not a bad house, too. We went upstairs, right? Yeah. Come on, door. Behave. That goes in a direction I don't want to go towards. Let's go out the back way here. We're going to have to keep our eyes peeled for action. Okay, I must admit I'm a little turned around here. I think I know which direction I need to go in. Going towards the swamp village this way? Or am I going towards the other part of the village? I'm not 100% here. Okay, yeah, this is the back end of that part of the village. Ah, okay, yeah, I am going towards the swamp village this way. Actually wouldn't necessarily be a bad way to go. I don't think we're going to encounter many scabs over here. I don't know. I kind of want to just keep going through the village here. But I'm a little afraid we're going to run into another player. Yeah, I honestly think that Dota Underlords or Dota Auto Chess, I think League of Legends now has their own version of as well, because of course they do. They're pretty popular right now. I don't know how wise what I'm doing is. My gut tells me this is not wise, because I'm probably going to run smack into another player here. Because when I'm on this map, this is the area I always look to loot. Is this shop area. Because I know it has pretty good loot. And I know that there's another spawn in the village, and I know that there can be a spawn in that swamp village, and if the guy comes from that area... Oh! I think I got him! Asshat. There's another one. Now you know why I don't like the village, because that kind of stuff can happen. Alright, let's check our health here. He blacked out one of my arms and jacked me up pretty good. We happen to know that there are... Alright, we got some TP for my bunghole, which is probably leaking right now. If you don't get that reference, then you were not around in the 90s. That is a Beavis and Butthead reference. I hear him screaming away. We're going to try and be quick here. You know what, why don't we top off our mags while we're sitting here? That's enough of you. I don't know how I'm bandaging and loading my magazine at the same time. Not something that normally you can really do. Stop. Okay, one more body part to heal. We have a jacked up arm again. Damn scabs, and they're breaking my arms. The question is, where do we think the scabs are? That guy really caught me by surprise there. I didn't expect to see him there. I know scabs can be in this area, but I don't frequently see them in that particular spot. But I know they can roam, so you know, you have to be prepared for it, I guess. Okay, they're inside that building because I can hear them walking around. Question is, how do we get there? I think we have to walk all the way around. We'll get to them. The danger is, though, I just popped off a lot of shots, so other players may have heard me. Yeah, we're going full auto here. Although I probably should have waited until I got closer, because they could be out on the road. Careful here. Be careful. Still in there. Ow! And also big lag there. Are we clear? Okay, we're clear. There's a door here. Alright, let's loot his ass. I didn't loot the other dude. Maybe a mistake, but we could go back for him. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing from that guy. He dinged me a little bit there. He sure did. Probably shouldn't have used my sight. That was a mistake. He was too close. I should have just hip-fired him. Alright, we got 2 down. They banged me up a bit, and they did shoot my armor up a bit, too. We're gonna have to listen here. I think that might have been the only other scab, but they may have roamed a bit because of the earlier shooting that I did. They might be looking for me. So it's possible there's still another one roaming. Okay, well, a couple more areas to top off here. Okay, our mags are topped off. Alright, one more. Just listening. I feel like that door is normally open. You gotta be careful here. This is why I go to the village, because this area can have some pretty good action. And you got some loot here. It's worth picking up. Got some moolah. Let's drink some, what do we want? Apple juice? That's Urzi's favorite. Drink some apple juice. We're going to be a little over time on this video. Because I don't think I'm going to get out of here within the 2-hour time limit. So, it's fine. Got here soap and some blue tape. Cigarettes that aren't worth anything. Nothing on that shelf. Okay. I don't think we're necessarily clear here. Let's be careful. I have to remember where I dropped that other dude. Too, so we can loot him up. At the time, I was more concerned about all the voices I was hearing. And they weren't in my head this time. We're not in a great spot medically, as far as medical supplies, I should say. And we do have another arm gone. Squash, I think, is worth something as a trade good. Bolts. Okay. Get our monies. Again, just listening because I thought I heard something. That's empty. The weapon crate here. Empty. I think it was at this house that happened. I walked through here. So I was trying to go around. And then the dude was at the corner of the house, I think. Explosions are kind of scaring me. So we were coming through here. Was it not here? Might be the next house over. I don't remember where that happened. Oh. Did I just see somebody run across, or was that the tree? I saw movement, but it could have been the tree swaying. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I remember where that house was that happened at. I know it was nearby the shop when it happened. Maybe it was over here. I know there was a fence. And then I ran in one of these, like, wooden sheds to heal up. I don't feel like it was over here, though. Yeah, I don't think it was here. I might not be able to find that guy because I don't remember where that fighting happened. I killed him, and then I went to hide, to heal. I know I was working my way to get to the back of that shop because I didn't want to just go straight in because I was worried that we may run into scavs. So I thought I started coming through this way. And I remember seeing a red house. Oh, okay, I see the blood. There he is. Aha. Okay, we get some stylish shades. Oop. Let's put it on. Search his pockets. The Viper's probably not really worth a whole lot. You know what? I need these knives. I don't feel like I'm going to go back for the other dude. Get his knife, but one will do. These knives aren't going to be that hard. Excuse me. A little bit of a hiccup. They're not going to be that hard to... Now, what does that say in Russian? This house is full of loot. This house is full of the plague. Could say anything. Ooh, sugar. We need that. Still okay on beverages. We drank the apple juice, so we're good there. Let's see what's inside. Another set of red pliers. Good. Off. Not sure I'm going to give this house as high marks because you got these gross cots. I mean, they have a guitar, but I don't know. That one house with the, that kind of like, a little bit better setup. Again, you have more Russian here. This time it looks like it's written in poo, so that's probably not good. Whole lot of nothing here, huh? All right. Okay. I think that's as much as we want to explore this area. Let's see if we can snipe some more scavs at Scav Island. How do I get out of here? Must be a break in the wall somewhere. Here we go. Alright, we'll see if we can snipe some scavs at Scav Island. Now we're going to have to go clear the other side of the map this time. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we go north. Because we're going to have to go to the... either the customs extract or the rock passage to get out. And this is probably the safer way to go. We won't encounter many scavs, although we have that scav sniper we might be able to kill. I'm just a little banged up, so I don't want to go somewhere where we might get more banged up if I can avoid it. But we can be in this run for a little while. We got some juice to drink. Still have plenty of ammo. Armor got beat up. Yeah, a little bit. Did I get hit in the head at all? No. Let's just get to spin tires, which is a little further away than I thought it was going to be. We'll go north. We'll look for that scav sniper. There's the resort up there. I'm going to have the same issue, though, this time, because they blacked out my arm again. It's going to be hard to hit the long-range shots, because my aim's going to be jittery. Scavs just love to black out your limbs. Usually they black out your legs, which is the most annoying thing. And that would have put us on a definite time limit to get out of here, because I only have so many painkillers, and you need painkillers to walk normally when you have a blacked out leg. Otherwise, you hobble around and it takes you 20 minutes to get out of the map. Okay, we got a pumpy and a pumpy modification. I don't really like these pump shotguns, so I think I'm just going to leave it. I don't have room for it in my bag. I mean, I might be able to make room. How tall is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we can fit that. Sure. I'm not going to take this though. This shotgun I'm just going to sell. If it's still in my inventory, but when you get out of here, I'm just selling it. If we're really lucky when we kill the scav sniper, he'll fall off that rock and we can loot him. Scav snipers can have really cool stuff. At the same time, they can have just nothing but an SKS. Now, SKS are really dangerous in the hands of a scav because they have laser beam aim, but not necessarily the best weapon for us right now. And anyway, we have to use American weapons. So if we get it, we have to sell it. Because I just don't have room to have a bunch of weapons sitting around that we're not going to use. Unfortunately, we're not getting any MREs. That's the other part of this quest. And that's just going to be complete luck, whether or not we get an MRE. We can't make that happen. And I have to find them in raid as... Well, no, actually, no. Maybe I don't. I'd have to look at the quest description. If it says find in raid, then you have to find it in raid. If it doesn't say that, you could just buy them. So I could easily do this quest. It just depends on, like, in the flea market, how much people are selling those for. Because sometimes when people know something's for a quest, they really inflate the prices of it because they're like, they know that you just want the easy out of buying it. So oftentimes it's better to find them in raid. I think MREs are kind of rare, though. You often find the Russian equivalent, which is called the lunchbox, a lot more commonly than the MRE, which I guess makes sense because an MRE would be, you know, from the US. So we're on the quest for American food is what we're out for. There could be a burger in there, man. What red-blooded American wouldn't want a burger? I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of, there's this YouTuber, his name's Steve1889. He has great content. He's like Bob Ross and how relaxed he is. And he covers a lot of the world's MREs. I don't know if you've seen much of him, but he does do United States MREs and stuff. It's interesting with some of those. Kind of gross. It is interesting seeing all the different worlds MREs, though. You also get to kind of see their quality. Like what countries have the best quality. US is not one of the best ones. But you kind of understand. It to a certain extent. It's a big military and a lot of funding goes into it, but that funding goes other places. I think this is the bunker, so we have to keep our eyes peeled for that scav sniper again. Hopefully the asshole isn't on the other side of the rock again. Yeah, like some of the MREs, well, I call them MREs, but, you know, the equivalent in these other countries. Some of them, they just go with store-bought stuff, right? Like, you know, tins of, I don't know, sardines or something. And some, you know, pretty good. I'd say, like, the rations that seem to be pretty awesome are the Spanish ones. And a lot of other countries buy those rations as well. Those seem to be pretty good quality. I think the worst one yet was the Chinese ration. That one was pretty bad. But again, that's kind of understandable. It's a big army. A lot of funding goes into the army, but it's a big army, so they got to stretch things thin. And that's one of the areas they decided to stretch things thin in is like the MREs. So they're really bad quality. It's to the point where I think they're better off not having them because the likelihood that their troops get sick off of it is pretty high. I mean, it was gross. Like, maybe it was the shipping, maybe it shipped badly or something, but the whole idea of an MRE is it's supposed to be able to stand up to varying conditions. Like, if your MRE can't stand being in a ship for a number of months in hot weather or whatever, how is it going to stand in a jungle or someplace that you got to go, right? So that is kind of a... There shouldn't be necessarily ideal storage conditions because you're not going to get those ideal storage conditions in the field, potentially. So, yeah, the Chinese rations, they were gross. And as a matter of fact, Steve did get sick eating them. And he eats, like, old rations, too. Like, he eats stuff that's, like, 100 years old. So, if a modern Chinese ration made him sick and a 100-year-old ration didn't, it kind of makes you wonder. So we didn't have a sniper scav there. I think I'm probably just going to get out here, though, because we're at that 2-hour block, and I don't want to spend too much time in here. So if we see a scav at the extract, we'll try and kill him. But otherwise, we'll get out. This isn't that action-packed of a run this time. Granted, we did manage to get a couple kills there. We had a little bit of fighting. But with the blacked out arm, I don't really want to stay in the fight too long here anyway. But it's interesting too, like he had an Indonesian ration, and it was, I'm trying to remember, it was like cubes of, it was some kind of milk product. It was meant to be like a fast ration, like a light fast ration, like, because there's different types of rations. There's like the 24-hour rations that are meant, you know, to last somebody 24 hours. Those are like kind of more bigger and bulky, and you know they have to meet more calorie intake. But there's also like light patrol rations that are meant to be light. Oftentimes you don't need, like, you don't have any cooking time at all, as opposed to like an MRE, which in theory you don't need a fire, but it does take a little bit of time to heat it up. So the idea of this Indonesian one is it's just these cubes of again, I don't remember 100% what it was, but it was like, and they had like, you know, like flavors to them too, like chocolate and what have you. And you know, that's an interesting idea, like nice, quick. It's like they come in like a package where it's kind of like the way medicine sometimes comes, where you have that like plastic sheet and you have to like open up like the foil on the back to get at the medicine or whatever. It was similar to that. So you just had like a plastic sheet with a bunch of these cubes on them, and you just pop one open, eat them, and because like it's like an interesting thing that you could just eat on the go. So it almost looked like space food, you know, like what you see in like a 1960s or 70s era like science fiction film that they think future food, like what future food is going to be like. It was like that. It was pretty interesting. And it wasn't like, it didn't look like it was bad or anything. It just looked like maybe it would be a little bland because it's the same thing like over and over again. Because I think they had like two flavors. Like one was like a chocolate flavor, and I don't remember what the other one was. Maybe like a vanilla flavor or something. And like that was like the only two flavors they had. And you know, like the food, because it's like this pressed like dairy, some kind of dairy product, it's kind of like chalky, pasty kind of. So I don't know like how appetizing it'd be to eat a bunch of those, like, and that's all you had for a long time. But for the need of just having a nice light patrol ration, something to like tide you over when you're packing light, it serves the purpose pretty well, actually. I also like the rations where they have the Espit stove, and the Espit stove is like it's like a little metal thing that you fold into like a stove, and then they usually come with these little fuel tab things that you burn. Uh, Usually the food will come in a can. You use the can as your pot. You cook right on the little stove. Those are kind of fun to me. Maybe not necessarily user friendly, like if you're in like combat conditions, but as a civilian, it's kind of fun. All right, another successful run. So we made up 2 unsuccessful runs that kind of went crap with 2 successful ones. So we got 6 kills. We only need 4 more. And that's probably what we're going to try to do here after the 10-minute break. I'm going to have some cleanup of my inventory to do. I'll try and do that during the break if I can. The downside is if I do that, I can't really play the music track because you'll hear the audio of the game. So that's what I tend to do. So I guess I might do the cleanup on camera. Oh well. All right, well, in any case, let's go ahead and There, you can see the my patriotic blanket back there. A little bit better now. In any case, for those of you on YouTube, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!